some shocking news from the Trade Union Congress this week that black workers are twice as likely to be out of work as white workers in Britain. Figures from the Labour Force survey show that unemployment rates for black and Asian workers have increased at a far higher rate than any other ethnic group. So much so, in fact, that the TUC's General Secretary says black workers are bearing the brunt of Britain's job crisis. So what can be done to weather the storm? Well, having struggled to find work, my next guest decided to go it alone and open his own business. And the man in question, Fidel Anderson, joins BBC Radio Nottingham this afternoon to explain all. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So before we talk about your business itself, tell us about the situation that you found yourself in before deciding to go it alone. How difficult were you finding it to get work?
It was difficult because I was working as a housing resettlement worker for a charity called Framework, and I was made redundant by that. And at that time I was signing on for a couple of months, and in that time I did find it very difficult to find the role that I wanted.
Now, your business idea initially stemmed from a hobby, didn't it?
That's right, yes, that's right. Since I've been young I've always been fixing things, video recorders, mountain bikes, watches, anything I could get my hands on, so I'd try and fix it.
And you were always the go-to guy with your friends, and you'd fix it?
Yes, I was always the go-to guy. If a friend had a Nokia that was broken, he'd always come to me and say, "Oh, Fidel, can you fix it for me? What can you do for me?" So, yeah.
So how did you make that jump from a hobby and something you did for your friends into what your business is, which is a phone repair shop?
What caused me to make the jump is I've always wanted to be in business. So even when I was working for Framework, I always had it in my mind that I wanted to start my own business, start my own thing and work for myself.
You hear about a lot of people struggling out of work and struggling to find work.
Yeah.
And it gets you in quite a kind of depressed state.
It can do, yes.
Did you find that, I mean, was that your experience? Did you find yourself getting quite depressed, struggling to find work?
Not really, no, because I always had a goal. So even though I wasn't finding the work, I had it in mind to set up this business. So I went to various organisations like Business Link to get my business plan sorted out, and I had it in mind that I was going to do this, you know, and give it a go.
So you saw it almost as a kind of light at the end of the tunnel?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, with business. I've always wanted to do it, and I thought, now's my chance. I've got nothing to lose. Let's go for it.
So you started out fixing phones just in your back room?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, phones, mountain bikes. I used to fix them in my mum's garage.
Sure, she was pleased with
yeah,
that.
Yeah, so I started off doing that, and then it progressed from there into iPods and mobile phones and consoles like Xboxes and stuff.
And opening your business in the current climate, and
Yeah.
as difficult as it is,
Yeah.
the recession's actually helped you in a way, hasn't it?
That's right, yeah. I mean, basically, because we're in the repair sector, repairs have increased tremendously because people can't afford to buy brand new items. So say, for example, they've got an iPhone 3G. They're not immediately going to upgrade to a 4G. If it's a cracked screen, they're going to come to us and say, well, can you sort that out for us? And we offer cost-effective repair.
And you opened your first shop in Nottingham City Centre 6 months ago. How's it been going?
It's going really well. It's going really well. I mean, we're getting so many people through the door. We offer that cost-effective repair and the speed as well, and that we do it in.
I can imagine that the thought of jumping from unemployment to self-employment was quite a scary one. Did it put you off?
Not really, no. I mean, there was a lady that I spoke to. I remember when I was on Business Link and I went on one of the courses, and it always stuck in my mind. She always said to me that in business you have to be fearless. You have to take that fear away and just do it, because if you let the fear take you over, you'll never do it. You'll always find a problem, like, oh, I can't set it up because I don't have this or I don't have that. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and this just gave me more incentive to do it. We're in, you know, a bad economic climate at the moment. Repair sector's growing, and I thought it's a niche market as well, and I'll have some of that if I can.
And you've been doing so for 6 months. Plans to move forward? What are your plans for the future?
The plans to move forward is to expand the range of repairs that we do at the moment. I mean, at the moment we're doing iPhones, iPods, Blackberries, PSPs, but the plan is to expand, so move into more mobile phones, more consoles, the works.
And you're a one-man shop at the moment, but planning to...
Not for long. I mean, hopefully in the future I can employ someone, and we can expand from there as well.
Do you think that the recession and the way things are at the moment with struggling to find work is the perfect chance to go it alone?
It definitely is. It definitely is out there, because there is opportunity out there, especially for entrepreneurs as well. There is that time now. I mean, obviously the government's been saying, you know, that the time now is to set up a business and go for it.
Any advice for anyone in a similar situation as you were before setting up the business?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I remember reading Successful Entrepreneur, and reading his story, and basically he said is write down your idea, go and get your business plan sorted out, and just go and do it and try it out. You've got nothing to lose.